Help. Just bought a home with property and something isn't right. I just bought a home on the Ohio-Michigan border. It is in the middle of the woods. I only own about 5 acres, but it is surrounded by over 600 acres of woodland. There is only one other house nearby. I've noticed a few strange things and had a few strange things happen recently. I will explain in detail. I'm worried about the possibility of a Wendigo or skinwalker, but I am not knowledgeable on the subject and would like to learn as much as possible to protect my family. The red flags. An older single woman sold us the home. Her daughter and son-in-law were helping her sell it by the owner. Many times the daughter mentioned about how her mother was paranoid living there. She had lived there for over 20 years, but now never leaves the home, even though she is in good health. She said she would never answer the door whenever someone knocked, and there are cameras outside. There is also a flashlight in every room. They accepted our offer of about 60,000 under asking price. We loved the property and told them that, but couldn't afford what they were asking. They met us where we could afford it. During the home inspection, the inspector tried opening a window and it was stuck shut. He went to try another and the homeowner stated, "None of the windows open. They haven't in years." I didn't think anything of it and just assumed they were old and broken. The home was built in 1985 and had original windows. The inspector also found some issues with the exterior of the house. There appeared to be a lack of maintenance outside. Once again, the family stated that the homeowner just didn't like to be outside anymore and spent all her time inside. I met with the homeowner at her house again so I could gather some measurements. While I was there, she showed me how a few things in the home work. She made it a point to show me a light on a pole outside. She said, "If that light ever goes out, replace it immediately. It is way too dark out there without it." She has also stated that at night we will hear coyotes right up against the house, as they like to gather by a bush near the front porch in the winter. A co-worker of mine has lived in the woods 2 counties over for years. He just went through a rough divorce and was forced to sell his house. He just gifted me an Axis deer skull with antlers. He said it was gifted to him when he bought his property and he kept it by his front door. He now wants me to have it and suggested I hang it up outside. I'm a hunter and I thought it was cool and never thought more of it until now. My fiancée and I have both been having nightmares, not about a Wendigo, but my nightmare is about my newborn son getting possessed by something. I've had the dream a few times. My fiancée won't tell me about her dream. We haven't taken possession yet, but we will on November the 6th. I'm concerned something is going on with the property. I want to know if you all think I have anything to worry about. If you think I do, what can I do? Update from Help. I bought a home with property and something isn't right. We have been living at the new house for 13 days now. We have taken some of your recommendations of cleansing the home to get any bad vibes out. and things have been great. But there's a creepy pattern happening. For the third time, I just found bones just outside our door. This time, it was what appears to be a deer femur head. This was found outside of the door that leads to the back deck. A few nights ago, there was a pile of smaller bones by the door leading to the front porch. And one of the first few nights we moved in, there was a long bone by the rear door, right by where I just found the femur head. I didn't think anything of it the first two times, assuming the long bone was left out there by the previous owner, and I chalked up the pile of bones to an animal. But it's weird that it's happened 3 times now, and each time by a door. Is this something to be worried about? The only other strange things happening are I cannot get the motion lights to work outside. They were already installed. I changed the bulbs twice now in them, and they worked when I went inside. Next night, they did not. So far, I'm just chalking this up to bad wiring. A few times we have heard a very strange sound outside coming from the woods. I'm an avid hunter and do a lot of camping and have never heard it before. It sounds like a loud propeller chopping through the woods. Possibly sounds elevated off the ground, but it's hard to tell. After it passes though, the woods go crazy. It wakes everything up. We see deers running around after, can hear coyotes howl. It takes a few minutes for everything to settle back down. Do either of these things sound like I'm dealing with something out of my league? I'm sorry for the dumb questions and stories, but there's just something about this property that makes me worried. Thank you.